Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian welcoming you back to Victoria 3 with Italy. We are doing pretty well. Pretty well. Our GDP isn't as high as I'd like it to be, but it is constantly going up, and we are fifth in the world in GDP. So we can't exactly say we're doing badly. It's also really important to note that rapid economic expansion can also end up biting you in the ass. If you have too many rebels. But actually, our rebels are relatively calm now. We don't have any turmoil. We do have some market access issues, which will be eventually fixed by railroads. And opium's expensive. We're probably never going to fix the opium issue. We can try. We can do a little bit of importing as a treat. But we're not going to get into any of the really lucrative opium markets, which is whatever. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's important for military affairs, but we actually haven't been fighting that much. Now, that might eventually change. We are planning at some point to build more barracks. Because if we take a look at the Great Power ranking... Oh, here's all the other shit. Oh my god, I'm such a fucking potato. We are a very small military. And we're only a slightly larger navy. If our ambitions are to maintain our present trajectory, we're gonna need more stuff. Ideally, I'd like to target the 200 to 300 regiment range. I think that's reasonable, and I think it's appropriate. Let's add some barracks, my friends. To that end, we want places with lots of labor. I don't remember if... Any place that has more than 150,000, I want at least a level 20 barracks. At least, let's get up here for now. I think that's plenty. That's kind of a lot of regiments, and it could easily tank our economy, so we need to be somewhat vigilant about that as our time progresses. What the fuck am I even looking at? Oh, here you go. Clear locked map mode. I think last episode I was complaining about how I couldn't see it, and it turns out it was right there the whole time. On national GDP. Well, this is my GDP in my country. It tells you which parts are the most valuable, and it's Campania. It's not particularly close. Let's clear the map mode. And let's just let life happen right now. I'm not going to be building the Suez Canal. The problem is Egypt won't sell any more land to us, and they've already sold it to the British. So let's somehow eat the British Empire, which would at least be funny. I don't think we have a lot of opportunities there. Our standard of living is doing very nicely. It could be a little bit better, and we're working to make it better by building these glassworks and tooling workshops, which I guess don't help that much. Let me please kill these. Like, they will literally never be built because they can't be. There you go. Like, the last major thing to achieve is going to be nearly impossible. It's going to be... Oh, discord within the industrialists. Let's pull people out of the industrialists. They're a little bit too strong, and they are blocking some things here and there. Anyway, back to my story. Militarily, I would love to be able to take the rest of Italy from Germany. That is going to be incredibly difficult. Oh, the booming oil industry. Let's get better at researching some things there. What do I need for this? I need no migration controls. That means reducing the power of the industrialists. And that is going to take a lot of time. Also, we literally have infinite money right now. I can't have more money than I have right now. Which is pretty crazy when you think about it. I could start throwing some of that money around, like bankrolling countries to try to get an obligation. But frankly, I don't know what I would bother with. Yeah, I don't know what to do about it. Other than, I guess I could build more construction. I could. We're just, I mean, part of we're making so much money is because we're not using the investment pool right now. Because we're building paper mills. Trench works. We also want to improve our military. That fine lets us get trench infantry, which is very nice indeed. I don't have rubber. That would cause the economy to crash. So we're going to have to do something about that in the future. And we'd make so much money, but the downside is it would cripple our infrastructure. And that's not a great idea. I don't think that's something we want to do. No, bankrolling Spain isn't that helpful. I could bankroll Algeria. Would you ever become my protectorate? You might if I had an obligation on you. I'm going to start bankrolling Algeria. It's going to be a pittance. However, if we get it, then that could be very helpful. And we have to have a war for that one to actually trigger, which is whatever. Because at some point I'm going to have to piss off the industrialists. Like, it's unavoidable. You know what I could do? We could increase welfare payments. Or we could increase healthcare. How much of our current is welfare payments? It's very little. Let's go and expand it. That'll also make people happier. And it'll be a good thing. I'm stockpiling gold. Understood. I could just, like, raise the military or cut taxes. Everyone's pretty happy already, though. And eventually, the military goods are going to skyrocket. Oh, let's get some more authority, actually. There you go. I could also cancel some of these taxes, but I like having them. We have protected speech. This is why I wanted it. I want that text spread. I want it quite badly. Laws. And it enables a new institution. I don't necessarily want that. What I really want to do is I want to get rid of migration controls. The problem is the industrialists will never support it. Oh, the industrialists like it. Who doesn't like it? Interestingly, it's the trade unions that are the problem. And there's no version of this government that gets the trade unions out of the government. So that's a bit annoying, but okay. Well, I don't have enough diplomatic stuff. Okay. If I made better friends with you, you would consider it at some point. Unused construction? What the fuck are you talking about? I have so many construction oh my god, I don't. All those barracks are really built? Only to 195 up to 218. That's still not enough. That's still not nearly enough. Let's get you up to 40. You up to 50. And you get to go up to 45. That seems decent. I also really want to try to get other prices down to make people happier. They're paying a lot for clothes still. So also more textile mills, I think, would also be very lucrative. I don't have rubber. Quit being fucking weird, game. And the other thing we want to do is we want to get people out of subsidy farms, bad farms. Over steam-powered thresher machines. Oh, it just saves labor, and again, that's not what I need. I don't need more labor. I just need more stuff. Could save a lot of money by doing that. Yeah, these need to go. So let's go to Campania and decide how we want to spend things there. That's Calabria. Here's Campania. So I've got 34 unused land. Let's establish some cotton. And then let's also step up livestock and max out silk. There we go. So soon there will be no more subsistence farms there, which is very good news. And we can see how that changes things. An opium addiction. Oh dear. That's no bueno. Hey Persia. You would just never consider it, would you? Yeah, it would pretty much be impossible. I could try diplomatic play maybe, but all of those require us to have worse. I could do diplomatic play. That'd be interesting, for sure. Is there somebody that's actually worth fighting other than Germany? Because let's be realistic here. I don't think so. I think we have to wait for somebody else to jump on Germany, and then we betray them. I think that's the only path to eventually making something of ourselves. Guys, you still make way too much money. And my authority is always really low. I'm gonna stop taxes on probably liquor, because it's the most expensive thing. Well, not the most expensive thing. It is a thing that I don't need anymore. And it's right click, right? Yeah. Remove. And now I've got authority if I need to, like, put out edicts or whatever. I can't even really expand my borders without going after, say, Egypt, and I'd really rather not. But I could go after Darfur, but what would be the point? Like, what would I gain from acquiring them? They don't have anything. Like, they truly don't. They have very little land. They don't have that many people. I guess I got some. Just seems like a bad decision. And I'm still out of construction. How is this constantly happening? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Oh, this is no longer possible because they're maxed out. There you go. What do I want to build? What is there still that is worth building? Many things are worth building, but... I'm running out of bureaucracy. That's something we could work on a bit. Apulia needs a bigger government administration. Let's increase it by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just need to start a major program of building railroads too. Oh, coal is expensive. I don't think I could do anything about that, though, is the problem. Nah, I think I'm alright with this. I want the price of wheat to be quite inexpensive, though. Like, I don't necessarily want to jack up the price on it. We could really use some wine. Oh, God. Are we making wine in any of these wheat farms of ours? I don't think we are. No, we're totally making wine. And we're not making enough. That kind of blows my mind, like, a lot. Nope. I can't build that. There's got to be something else in production that is going to take it up. So we're definitely going to build that stuff. I could make porcelain. I do want coffee. Let's import some coffee. Oh, let's get it from the Brits and the Spanish and some other folks. Apparently, we're so thirsty for coffee that we just demand it. Which is fair. I'd also really like to import some coal, but I don't think we're going to be able to import enough to appreciably drop the price. That's our problem, right? Like, we're never going to be able to achieve this goal. It's not possible. I could maybe get iron and steel cheap enough. I think that's actually possible. But I don't think it's possible to get to a stage where the coal will ever be cheap enough. Unless we do something to crash the price of coal, like take away something that uses a lot of coal. I could expand power generation a bit farther. That is one thing we could do. One, two, three, four, five. But we really desperately need... What is using up our coal right now? If I look at market, and I just look at coal. Sweet, beautiful coal. It could also be heating. So where is coal going? It's going into steel mills. That's the #1 purchaser of coal. Then iron mines, then fishing wharfs. And then some other stuff. Okay, so what if I stopped using... That would significantly drop the price of coal, but would also cripple our iron production. I need diesel pumps, basically. So I think compression ignition is something we're going to want to research when we have a moment. We need to break our dependency on coal. That's the only way it's ever going to drop enough. Our enemy, Belgium. I have no problem with Belgium. What the fuck are you talking about? Belgium and I are cool. I have no problem with that. The uprising of the Karens. Oh noes. I am not doing laws yet, but I think we have to wait for another election to weaken the power of the people. The industrialists. How am I running out of this? How am I so good? I'd love to build more steel mills. It's just going to increase the price of coal, though. Something else that's really profitable. Textile mills are ridiculously profitable. Where else do we have subsistence farms or pastures? Piedmont is another area that needs to be fixed. Alright, Piedmont. How can I use up your arable land? We're not actually getting anyone to work in wheat farms. Why? Is the price of wheat just too cheap? That might be the issue. I think we need to start exporting grain. We need to bring the price of wheat up enough that our wheat farms can be profitable. There we go. I could build some tool factories and chemical plants to make the inputs cheaper, but the real issue is that we're not making enough money. So maybe we don't build wheat farms. Maybe we don't build wheat farms. What if instead we expand our cotton plantations? I could also build a logging camp. Oh, that's right. Logging camps don't actually use up arable land, though. I always have lead mines if we need somewhere for people to work. Yeah, I just want people off of subsistence farms. That's the one thing I want. I crave. I demand more than anything. Let's expand livestock ranches a bit more. And wheat farms. There you go. We also have a lot of subsistence farms. Sardinia and Sicily. If we can fix both of those, that'll be lovely. I also would not object at all to getting Corsica from France. Sardinia. Nope. Buildings. You're not using any of your arable land right now. I guess let's make a bit of cotton and some livestock ranches. That seems useful. And then Sicily also has loads of arable land that we want to take advantage of. Here I think we go hardcore into sugar production. Sugar always does extremely well, and we don't have any other domestic production of it. So there we go. We're finally doing the thing I kept saying we had to do in the Japanese game, which is deal with it. We extend our navy too. Oh, Russia's is having a revolution with Finland. What am I being annoyed about? We're running low on bureaucracy again. It's fine. I could probably push a new law. I just don't know what I want. I love public health insurance. The problem is it will radicalize the industrialists. And I don't want to risk a civil war. Not until the industrialists are a lot weaker than they are right now. I like free trade. Free trade is great. Graduated taxation only makes the trade unions happier. I don't think that makes sense. Could Council Republic cause an instant civil war? Just kidding. I don't want Council Republic. I think we need professional army. I don't think we can afford to do anything else. We could expand labor rights. That'll annoy the industrialists, but they won't radicalize over it. Let's do regulatory bodies. I think that's a reasonably good law to pass, because we can then invest some of our prodigious wealth in making some changes there. We could probably also use some more things here. Does Spain have any debt? No, they don't. Ooh, the first election with women. We could make trade unions. Let's like the intelligentsia feminists, and that should create some very interesting dynamics in the government. We're gonna have our very first election with women voting. It's gonna be interesting. The army is very sad. Algeria wants an alliance. I guess I see no problem with that. And Ethiopia wants one too. Okay. Can I make it a protectorate? No. What about Ethiopia? No. Interesting. Greece wants to be my pal. Apparently letting women vote in elections is all we needed. Who knew? How's the election going? Alright, so we're thinking that the Free Trade Party is... Okay, so what are we projecting right now? The PSI is going to continue to be the largest party. Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone is going down other than the right being even more marginalized. I mean, they're going to be closer to forming a supermajority, and that might be enough to start cucking the industrialists, but we'll have to see what happens. Cutting them off at the knees, perhaps. Bureaucratic shortfall, do we, though? Oh, we're not using our... How? Game, I beg of you, please. I mean, fertilizer's pretty pricey. I could work on that, maybe. I don't want to crash the price of fertilizer. I just want to make more of it. We could probably start building a bit outside of Italy. That seems a good and reasonable thing to do. There you go. Get some more chemical plants. What else is still stupid profitable? Are you winning, son? Steel mills are losing money badly. Why? What's your deal, steel? Because the price of steel is too low? That's part of it. It's coal and it's iron and especially coal. I need to start importing iron, at least. I prefer to import coal, but no one wants to sell me coal is the issue. I will import coal even if it's not the best. And let's go to the market and find out who is making the most coal. And we want to make sure they are our friends. And fortunately, that's beyond my control. I don't know why France and Britain aren't willing to trade me more coal. The US has quite a bit. I think I've already got the US trading, though. The thing is, there isn't exactly anywhere freely available that I could get coal from. Because the Brits have most of Africa cornered. So I don't have a way to get coal. So I have two options. I can either make more coal, or I can start using less coal. I could export steel to try to make more money with it, I guess. I can always build more iron mines, and those are so wildly profitable. Yeah, I don't really see a solution to our problem here. I think we're just never going to be able to max it out. And so I think we do start... Let's start exporting steel. Let's try to get the price higher. So that at least the steel mills we do have don't go out of business. That would be good. Law and order. Let's make the PSI even more redonkulous. Let's get a super majority so I can do whatever the fuck I want. That sounds really great, actually. I kind of dig that. We have virtually no radicals at this point. Let's start really expanding our government administration. As much as I don't want to, we have to. It is mandatory at this stage in our nation's development. We also should be building more universities. That's probably why we're lagging behind so badly in tech. Let's fix both of those issues right now. And let's start fucking cranking out universities like they're going out of style. We have very few, so I think this is a real avenue for more tech gain. Let's get nerdy, y'all. Tuscany clearly has to have the biggest university. It is known. And let's expand in Calabria, Piedmont, and Campania. Done. This might very well crash our economy. I keep saying things are going to crash our economy. I genuinely don't think it's going to happen, but it could happen. And I'm going to tell you why it could happen. I have a contested government. I won't once the election is done. Just need to kind of hang out until then. It's not quite a supermajority, but it's pretty close. We have a righteous government. I don't really need a righteous government, though. I just need a legitimate one. Let's do it. We're gonna go trade union only, my guy. And then we're gonna... I still can't end migration controls. Because it is the... Wait, why can I still not do this? Because the trade unions don't like it. That's the problem. It's not the industrialists that's been stopping me. It's the fucking trade union. Why do you want there to be migration controls? I don't understand it. What is it about your ideology that makes you... Is it because you're populist? It's truly wild to me that I can't... And it's because they're populist. I don't think I can do anything about that, can I? Yeah, I genuinely don't know how to fix this. I don't know how to break populism. Okay, so I'm confused. They should be neutral on no migration controls, but instead they're opposing it. Yeah, it's because there's no base chance, and it's because the trade unions don't like it. But I don't get why they won't go for it, unless it's just because migration controls is so good for them. I don't think we can stop that. Like, I don't think there's a way around this. I don't see it anyway. Why do I not have... I thought we already had a trade agreement didn't cost diplomacy. I guess not. I'm gonna stop bankrolling Ethiopia. It's clearly not It's clearly not helping. There you go. And we are working on government stuff, so that's gonna be great. And I guess I could just keep expanding the military too, right? Like that's always an option. But yeah, I genuinely don't see a way for us to ever get the new Colossus, because I'll never be able to end anything. Just for fun, let me sway towards the Brits and see if they'll give me anything. Electrical capacitors now, that's quite nice. Okay, automatic power looms. It'll make the price of electricity crazy expensive, and it's not actually a thing I want to do, so I won't be doing that. I could do electric sewing machines, though. That'll make the price of dye stupendously expensive. Let's do it. It'll make clothing a pittance, and let us really work on that, too. We need to get some dye. And in addition, let's also try... First of all, let's export clothing, but let's also expand our power production, because we're also going to need that, too. And then we're also going to want to expand motor industries, because we're going to keep needing engines if we're going to be successful. There you go, done. How are our construction projects going? They're going. We have the great university construction is going to be happening. Very exciting. Very, very exciting. Oh, let's... how cheap is clothing now? Have I destroyed the market for it in my country? Let's look at all goods. Yeah, classic clothing is now dirt cheap. Let's go ahead and try to raise the price so they can still stay nice and productive. Russia, Afghan, Sindhi, German, and even the Brits. You all want fine Italian fashions, right? That's the thing you want. Okay, now I've got a shit ton of that. So once we... Do we start working on workplace conditions? I think maybe we do. There we go. And let's also improve the health system. Why not? It'll be great. It'll be fantabulistic. Central planning, taxation capacity is a thing again. That's fun. Okay, so we have plastics. What I need now is... Do I want the combustion engine? I don't think so, because I want something to reduce our usage of coal. Where is that stupid process I was looking at earlier? Mechanized farming is fine. I either need to drastically reduce the amount of coal I use. What is the electric arc process? That still uses coal. It uses less coal, though. So that might be good. You can start researching that. However, now we have a use for plastic. Or oil, rather. So if we go into glass blowers, I can now use houseware plastics. And that's going to make glass stupid cheap. I could start making some ceramics even. I don't know that I want to do that though. I didn't know that was a thing. Plastic is the future. I love it. Glassworks are now all basically bankrupt. Probably because the price of glass is way too low now. So let's start making some porcelain. It's not my favorite thing, but... What's the difference there? Oh, this uses less dye. Let's do it. And now we should start making money again. The price of glass is still probably... There it goes. The market is corrected. And now we're making lots of money. We have a decision to... We would hold a grand exhibition. Okay. I'm down for that. And coal's still expensive. Do you have your maxed out port? You don't yet. Let's go ahead and do that. That'll help with market access, and we'll do the same thing in Amelia. Although Glassworks went from making basically no money to now making all of the money, that's pretty great. You love to see that. Our steel mills are just going to struggle, guys. They're just going to struggle. Oh, hang on. What are you trying to accomplish? You're trying to conquer part of Persia. I do not want to fight the Brits. I don't. I'm gonna sell your asses down the river. Oh, France is backing Persia now. Interesting. As is the US. You know what? No, I will back my ally. And oh my god, we're triggering a fucking world war over oil in Persia. This could be very, very bad. I don't know what's actually going to happen here. Do I not have any generals? I don't think I have any generals. I don't. Give me 3 generals, please. I have 1 from the industrials as a treat. And let's get these fuckers promoted. Because each one needs to be able to hold 100 battalions. I have a communist in charge of the military. That seems like that might not work out so well. Okay. And I probably need a general in the Occitan. And I probably want... Nah, that one's fine. It's fine. I don't think we have much of a chance, to be honest with you. Especially with Russia joining in the fun. But, hey, anything's possible, right? Absolutely anything is possible. Mexico now wants a trade agreement. Okay. How's about we send over... Because we actually control part of Persia, right? Like, they're our pal. I can probably get there and do some stuff. To get time in the mud? That's all we have to do. Okay. I was about to say, we're getting pretty close to a point where I don't think the game's going to be very interesting, and then a world war broke out. Because I don't think the Brits back down. They might. It'd be cool if they did, but I don't think they will. Like, we're talking 5 great powers are involved. And I completed War in the Mud. We can't let our defenses stagnate. Let's work on that too. Well, this is not how I expected this episode to end, but I'm kind of here for it. Now, our real issue is going to be the Navy. We can't compete with the British Navy, and yet I can't let them do nothing? Let's get somebody from the armed forces. I'd rather the armed forces be powerful than... let's promote you, my friend. And I'd like you to protect us. Wait, what? Oh, because you protect the coast, don't you? Yes, there we go. Have we had a battle yet? No, because interestingly, everyone's defending here. Like, nobody wants to actually attack. That's kind of funny, actually. But hey, as long as we're defending, there's very little that they can do. Okay, we've got this now. We could start making cars now. Steaming suspicions. I don't care if you're annoyed. Let's make cars. Shall we? Let's make us some cars. Oh, you need rubber for that. I don't have nearly enough rubber for that. That would destroy our economy. Public motor carriages. We'd make a lot of money if we did that. What else can we improve? I never looked at vacuum canning, did I? Groceries are pretty cheap already. I could use chainsaws and logging camps. Well, I suppose I can't. Okay. Oh, here it is, yeah. It's actually not that helpful, though. It'll just actually make everything more expensive, so I don't think that's a super awesome thing to have. Oil rigs. Yes, let's make more oil. That sounds wonderful. Oh no. Yeah, that's gonna keep happening. I can't do anything about that. I mean, this war is gonna be won or lost. In Persia. And the real benefit is, like, the only people that can attack Persia right now is Russia. And they're not even attacking it yet. The Brits are losing a lot of fucking people. Italy has lost 0 people in this war. That's an excellent ratio. I could probably bankroll Persia if I wanted to. Oh, I am bankrolling them already. Okay. I could just say this as a strategic objective. It's not a terrible idea. Oh, really? We're about to get to an active battle here in just a moment here. Very nice. That's a great tech to have. Yeah, I'm really good defensively. You better be thinking hard about this one, Russia. Plus, you're on a fucking mountain. Like, I don't know what you're trying to accomplish, but it's not working for you. It's me or them. What a ridiculous thing to say. We are very tired, but they're about to break. And break super hard. There we go. A glorious victory, my friends. A glorious victory indeed. Plus, this is letting the US just run rampant because Russia can't defend both fronts. This is exactly what we want. I could mobilize, or I could get conscripts, to be honest. Because the morale's not great right now. I don't think there's much I can do about that, though. Because the problem is that their convoys are being raided, and there's literally nothing I can do to stop that. We don't have a strong enough navy to stop that. So. Yeah, we're just getting butt-fucked by the Brits. And even though we've got superior technology, we don't have a huge amount of morale. So this could end up poorly. I could go for conscripts. They're already losing is the problem. Because they've lost a lot of people. And the thing is, like, I can definitely drain the economy of Britain. They've already paid nearly 30 million pounds. And I've basically spent nothing so far. I'm a rounding error at this point. If we can knock Russia out of the war, which I think is at least somewhat plausible, because I just kind of want to sit here and build up our morale again. That's kind of what I'd like to do. Oh no. Yeah, I have some amazing defense, but the problem is this mud and the fairly low morale is basically screwing us. Plus the fact they've got a much bigger army than we do. So I guess the question is, am I prepared? I could do public. We could try it, maybe. They just have too many people, and I'm not willing to go to the lengths of mobilizing my people. Yeah, I can't do much about that. The problem is the morale's really shitty. And because the Persians are not defending their own fucking front. I don't know where they are, but they're not here. So the good news is I'm not going to lose anything. I don't have any war goals. Oh, interesting. Both Britain and Russia are starting to get kind of tuckered out. I'm making a lot of money. Why am I making so much? Because I'm not using my construction. Oh god, I'm literally building nothing. That's awkward. Chabahar I can't do anything about. Do we even go more bonkers on the universities? Or build some more art academies? Those can actually be quite profitable under the right circumstances. There we go. We're building all the things now. And I will continue to expand our universities, by the way. I don't think that's the other thing, because we're badly lagging behind on tech. We need more smart people doing smart things. If we're ever to... Ooh, telephone switchboards. I don't have any telephones, though. That is a downer. I don't know why I'm clicking individually. I can just do control click and make my life that much easier, but apparently I'm not that smart. There we go. Now you've got things to build, lots of things to build. So I think the issue is that Persia's gonna break before the AI does. And short of like the fucking French invading Britain, I don't see a real answer to that. If Persia was smart, Persia would ask for a white peace, and I think they'd get it. Because the longer this war goes, the more Russia's gonna fuck them up. I can't defend them by myself. I don't know where their army went, or even if they ever had one. But yeah, if we want to win this war, you need to ask for white peace. Alright, I'm gonna check that out here in just a second. What do conveyors do again? Oh, they do assembly lines. Yeah, I don't really want to mess with that. Art silk. Let's also make some more synthetics plants. That's the other thing I'd planned on doing and then forgot about. Because if we like get into this to a stupid degree, we won't even need to import dye anymore. And what does it make the stuff out of again? Uses fertilizer and sulfur, both of which I have quite a bit of. Let's expand our sulfur mines, though, just in case. And then we're going to do 5, 10... There you go. A dazzling souvenir. Stereoscope cards will let them see the exhibition once again. We could make them good for everybody. Let's go for that. That sounds cool. Oh, Russia's out of the war now. Well, isn't that interesting? With Russia out of the war, I don't know where I send my military. A trigger with Bali, sure. Here the intelligentsia retires. We won the war. Damn. That was really cool. I am pretty happy about that. I'm pretty dadgum happy with that. This also tells me about we need a gigantic navy if we're to be taken seriously. That is an immediate need. So we're gonna start cranking up the naval bases. Sorry, there we go. So we're gonna do that. And that. There we go. I am pretty happy about how that went. I'm not going to bother with path to socialism. I don't want to do anything. I don't want any part of that. I think that's a perfect way to end the episode. We beat the British in a world war. I shouldn't say we, but we took a side and our side won. Hopefully that'll have bought us some goodwill to maybe face off with Germany at some point in the future. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys are enjoying the game. I do plan to go to the end of the timeline. However, if the game starts chugging, I might change my mind. But until next time, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.